How do you feel like if like I guess based off of any past relationship, how do you feel being with a girl who's like really attractive and there's so many people, just so many guys always staring at her and like hitting her up and stuff? Like how does it make you feel?
If I'm with a girl that's very attractive,
Yeah, and everywhere you go, she's always getting eyes, like everyone's staring at her. She's always getting messages. Like how do you feel about that?
if she's with me, I wouldn't do anything about it. You know,
You wouldn't feel
uh,
like uncomfortable at all?
no, no. The only thing that would matter to me if I'm with a girl that's very attractive, it's just how she's portraying herself to get more extra attention, if that makes sense. So if she's purposely the way she handles herself, the type of clothes she's wearing, if she's trying to attract extra attention, then that would be an issue with me, right? But if she's just beautiful, and I know I'm with a beautiful girl, and she's gonna attract attention anyways. I wouldn't mind. It comes with the territory when you date somebody that's attractive, whether it's a man or a girl, you guys already know that there always gonna be people that are gonna look. But when it comes to for a woman, I would pay attention to how she dresses. If she's trying to attract extra attention, and she is trying to attract extra attention, then that would be an issue for me. It would be an issue for me. Then I would have to like have a conversation with her. But yeah, I wouldn't matter to me.
I was just
Yeah.
curious. I have a lot of friends who's like their boyfriends always get really mad at them, like when they get hit on, and I was like, why? But
I would say that's insecurity because I had well, the person I was with before, my ex-boyfriend, he, he's just an ordinary guy, and his friends would be jealous of him because he was with me, and you know, and in it all depends on the perspective you see it. I mean, the security and the trust you have in that relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know that your significant other loves you and is crazy about you, who cares? You can't control what other people do or look at or anything. I mean, I remember that I would be with him and I would have guys approach me and I would get so ticked off. Like my Latina side would be fired up completely. And he would not he learned that he couldn't leave me alone.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if you have confidence in your woman, you guys trust each other, you guys love each other. Yeah, I mean, when you date somebody that's very attractive, you guys understand for both men and women that people are gonna look. So if you're dating an attractive guy, handsome guy, you already know girls gonna look. If you're dating an attractive woman, then you already know guys are gonna look. All right, it just comes with the territory. You can't complain about dating somebody attractive and everybody's like looking at you. You guys know that's gonna happen. It just comes with it. So if you can't handle it, then fine. You may have to go find some level down a little bit if you can't handle it. But I think that just comes with insecurity.
Yeah.
Insecurity. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yadira, did you come with your question? Did you figure out the question?
Just ask. Don't be nervous. Don't be shy.
Just say it.
Well, how would you? The question was like, how would you know if the man would want something serious with you? But I guess like based on the conversation that we had, would be like that he makes time for you.
Like, you know what? I mean, it's like it's been a while. Well, I have a lot of guys that say good morning. But anyways, they're gonna take the time of day for you. They're gonna tell you their schedule. They're gonna always like message you. They're gonna do voicemails. I mean, voice messages, video text messages. They're gonna do everything and anything, anytime they have. Even if they're sleeping, they're gonna be like, even if they're in the middle of the night and they're waking up just to take a dump, they're just gonna text you and message you something. I believe he's gonna make time for you regardless because he's interested in you. That's the only person that's interested in.
Don't put in the effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe not that much effort. That's called simping. But Sims don't simp guys, but he would put in the effort. According to, I'll ask Greg after this, but for me, there's two things a guy would do that knows that you would know as a woman that that he's serious and he wants to commit to you. Number one would be time, right? He gives you your time, but I think one thing a lot of women don't realize is you have to pay attention to what he does. So what he does, because it's not about the time that he gives you, is he's giving you his valuable time, right? So if you date a guy that has nothing going on for him, because sometimes a lot of girls they'll confuse time with commitment. So if a guy's giving you a lot of time, but the thing is, if you date a guy, say he's playing video games all day, he doesn't have a job, he's unemployed, right? So naturally he has all the time in the world. So if he's giving you all that time, that doesn't necessarily mean he likes you. He just has that time. When I say time, is his valuable time. He's willing to time that he could have spent somewhere else, but he chose to keep that time to you. So if you date a guy that's very busy, like like a real estate agent, like a realtor like Cindy, always working, always ambitious, he may not have as much time as most average guy, but he's willing to give you some kind of valuable time. Like he'll still give you time, right? So the most important thing, he's giving you his valuable time that he could have spent somewhere else, but because he values you so much, he wants you so much, he'll give that time to you. And I think the second thing would be is if guys, if they really take you seriously, they do care about how you feel, like your feelings. So if he pays attention to how you feel, if you're not happy, if you're upset, like he'll pay attention to that and he'll reach out, hey, everything okay, everything's good, you need help, you need some this, like he'll communicate that with you. Because guys really like you, they'll make valuable time for you, and they do care about how you feel, and they want to provide, protect, and make you happy. And most guys I've seen that don't care is like they don't give the time, and they don't care about how you feel. If they don't care about how you feel and they don't give their time to you, then to me that shows that he's not really committed. But that's just why I see it. What about you, Greg? What do you think? What do you think that what do guys do to show interest and commitment, like they're really interested in a woman?
Yeah, I agree with what you said. I mean, a lot of as well. Yeah, I mean, like even if you're extremely busy, you'll find time, even if it's an hour. Like for me, I've got a daughter and I've got her 1 week on, 1 week off. So like weeks I have her, I'm limited on my time on anything I can do. So the only time I can meet up with somebody is for like lunch or like an early breakfast or something. I mean, you'll find time to like rearrange some things in your schedule at times as well. I mean, if you got something in the evenings that you do, you may skip the gym that evening to go hang out with the girl you were talking to. When it comes to the emotional side of things, I mean, that kind of depends too. There's a lot of guys that they just don't get it. They're emotionally unavailable in a lot of ways too, and they don't know how to communicate that way.
Yeah.
And a lot of this maybe just how they're raised, or they just haven't been through a tough time in their life yet to really realize like how to properly be there emotionally for somebody else, if they're not even there emotionally for themselves too. I mean, that's kind of, I mean, there's really two parts to that, to the emotional side of things. But I think they're both, basically, they're both very important parts of if someone's committed or not. Either if they're not willing to make the time, or really just be there emotionally for you, especially if they know you're going through a tough time or having a rough day, then they're just not committed at all.
Yeah. And then
blow it off. You like, hey, I had a shitty day today. If they're not willing to listen, if they think just like you're complaining, and then either they don't care or they just don't know how to communicate and help you walk you through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like especially I think you said something like, I think you spent time with that person, and then after that there was no communication after, right?
Yeah, that's a little strange.
Yeah.
Right. So for guys, we think about that stuff. Like, for me, like if I'm very interested in a woman, after that initial interaction with her, we spent time together, I would care about how you feel after that day. So I would do a follow-up. Hey, how's it going? Like, I will follow up with you because I care about how you feel. I don't want to be left in the dark and no communication at all, because I actually care about how you feel, because you're somebody that I'm attracted to. But if he's not even processing that, if thinking about that, worrying about how you feel, then that's, for me, that's a sign. That's a sign. But like I said, some guys don't communicate that way. But for typically guys who have healthy emotions and they're very healthy emotionally, they do think about how you feel as a woman, and they don't just leave it to the dark and then don't say anything. They will communicate that with you.
And that's really important. And keep in mind, make sure that you know your self-worth. That guy, forget about it. Block him. Delete. Forget about it.
Well, before you make him chase you, be unresponsive. Don't make time for him. Whole situation.
All right.